last video you saw us using a pin press and an impact wrench to push the pins out. These are the new pins we just put in. They have a new bushing, new pins. You can see how easily they go back and forth. That's the way they're supposed to be. Not supposed to be welded in with rust. Now, there are actually two ways people put brakes on. Some go front to back and some go back to front. On the other side, I tried going with the first method, which was front to back. But by the time I got back here and I had the secondary springs on, I tried to get the bottom pin in. You pry down the bottom shoe and then you're supposed to slip the pin in after you have your two springs on. There was so little clearance, the springs actually covered part of this hole, so I couldn't get them in. So I had to go to method number 2, which is back to front. This is an International 4300, and it has 15-inch front shoes, not 16-inch, 16 and a half like on the back. Because these are 15-inch, the clearances are a lot tighter, so the only way you can get these in is going back to front. So we'll get going on that and show you how to put these together. Real simple. You have, it says A and C, that's your anchor pin. This is your cam pin. Put the cam in first, then drop on your anchor. Now you have to clip your secondary springs on the back. To do that, you have to set this shoe on your anchor pin. Put your springs on, make sure they're all the way in the holes. Now you can take this, wrap it, and look at it. Pull these springs down. And get your cam roller in. You're going to have to move the S cam with the wrench. There. That's in, we can move our cam back. This is the cam release up here. You can see the S cam moving back. Okay, now we're ready to go to the next part. There's only one spring remaining. This is your main spring. It's got to go from here up to here. And it's tough because it's got to be in tension. These are really tough springs. I've seen people put tools in here and pry up on the spring through these slots, but that really didn't work for me. So I made a tool yesterday. This is a spring stretching tool. have to hook, so I'll just twist around. You have to hook this spring back on this little pin. Okay, that's hooked on there. As you can see, look at the distance from here up to this retainer. That's a big distance. So this has to be stretched. That's where my stretching tool comes in handy. Not sure which way that's facing. Okay. Yep. It's facing back. And then hooked on. You can see you gotta stretch and pull it back, and you can feel that it's hooked on there. And it's hooked down there, so now your brakes are on. Check your springs, make sure they're all seated properly. Looks good. Looks good. So that's the only way you're going to get these particular shoes on this particular truck, because they are 15-inch drums and brake pads. So all that's left is to put your drums on. And we'll get going on that part next. So you saw that we used the heavy wire brush and 4.5-inch grinder to grind off the scale rust that was on there. So all that's left is to put this drum back on. And those drums are not lightweight, pretty hefty. So it just slips right on. And the only thing left to do is to jack up the truck, put the wheels back on, wheel nuts, and it's ready to go. So that's about it for now.